Well, here we are, guys. At the end of another long season of the NBA on NBC. I mean, not NBC. I mean, here on the Schmotable.
Yep.
Basketball.
I'm Shake and Bake here with Rain Man and Devok, as always, and we have just witnessed the end of the 2017 NBA season, or I guess 2016-2017 NBA season, in which, oh my God, the Warriors beat the Cavs, and we're all left here in shock and awe, right? Right? None of us saw this coming.
No one.
Who's more upset right now? Is it LeBron or is Russell Westbrook? LeBron just think. I mean, nah.
No, because Russ is just gonna like get in the gym and work out and try and be better and angrier.
Well,
LeBron's just gonna be like, "Damn, I'm not even close to winning another title as long as this team's around."
He just
like,
thinks
Russ at least knows he's not gonna win a title, but like won't let himself admit it, so he's just gonna work harder. LeBron's like, "Shit, I need to get Paul George or someone else on my team, or I have no shot."
Yeah,
well, LeBron just thinks it's basketball. Just basketball, man.
Yeah, it's just basketball.
Now
but he wants to win as much as the Warriors, but it's just basketball.
Right.
Because he's the Donald Trump of the NBA, and everything he says contradicts itself.
No.
Yeah, he's gonna
Donald Trump,
Kevin Love trade rumors, and it's gonna be a crazy offseason for the Cavs. I think that James is gonna passive aggressively demand for a couple of different players, and if it doesn't pan out, he'll just say, "Well, it's basketball," but he's really going to be upset because his window's closing to be.
I mean, if this team doesn't change outside of adding a couple extra veterans, his window is closed. Period. He cannot beat the Warriors by himself. This is now a proven fact.
Yeah, but you mean Kyle Korver's not doing it for you?
That's Kyle Korver can stay. He's allowed to stay on the team.
Horrible. He was the LVP of the finals, least valuable player.
I agree.
Yeah,
him and Tristan Thompson probably were both up there.
Tristan Thompson at least played better the last two games, but Kyle Korver was just non-existent.
Kyle Korver had an amazing season for the Cavs in the regular season. He shot 48% from behind the arc, but he just couldn't convert in the playoffs.
He shot 4.8% this series. So.
Yeah, I mean, well, it wasn't the same, but he was averaging 6 threes per game and hitting almost 50%, which is absurd. And I love 3-pointers, but he just couldn't convert at all. Couldn't convert at all.
You know what would have changed the series if Andrew Bogut would have never got hurt for the Cavs? Anybody remember that?
Yep.
Bogut went down for the Cavs like 3 minutes into his debut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you really think it would have made that big a difference?
Maybe. I don't know.
I know.
It might have.
You could have said, well, what if they give Larry Sanders a chance?
I think it was a bigger deal last year for the Warriors when Bogut went down than this year it was for the Cavs.
Yeah.
Being that Bogut gave them about the same thing with less athleticism that Tristan Thompson gives them.
Yeah, Bogut can only play 60 minutes again.
Yeah.
Before his knees
spontaneous.
Bogut
has a little bit more of an actual offensive game plan down low than Tristan Thompson. But
he's much better. He's much better.
Because
He's a way better basketball player.
Yeah, I've never seen a guy in the league as long as Tristan Thompson is picked as high, who who's on a winning team is actually considered a valuable player who just has no offensive game. None.
I mean, you could go back to Dennis Rodman. That's basically what.
At least Dennis Rodman would attempt to just do a simple post move, and by a simple post move, I mean he just try and back someone down and go up and through them. When Tristan Thompson gets the ball on the block, he looks lost.
That's not true. I mean, that's not true.
100% fucking true.
Tristan Thompson gets offensive rebounds and puts it back, just like Dennis Rodman.
This is not a post move.
Dennis Rodman had.
This is not an offensive skill. It is an offensive skill, but.
It's 2 points, 25 rebounds for Dennis Rodman, and has similar stat lines. You play aggressive defense, you offensive rebound, and you extend the possessions. He doesn't need to have a diverse offensive game because they have other offensive weapons.
I'm convinced that my below average post game is better than Tristan Thompson's post game, and I am significantly smaller than him.
Do you have a hook shot, Shake and Bake?
I can throw up an okay hook shot that will probably bounce out at the rim, but will roll in here and there.
Who's the best NBA comparison for you, Shake and Bake? I haven't seen you play. We gotta play one. We gotta play one.
I actually have to throw it back a little bit because he's not in the league anymore. But I was a great white rec league DeJuan Blair.
Oh, I like that comparison. I could see you as DeJuan Blair.
I'm an undersized post guy, but I'm a post guy. Because I'm very confident in my shot, but I'm also very aware that's probably not going in that much.
Right. I immediately gravitate towards Luke Herringody for you. But
Luke Herringody is a good one, too. He had more range than you, though. A more consistent range.
I imagine Philip Seymour Hoffman in Along Came Polly when he just keeps chucking up shots.
Ooh, that is how I envision you, Shake and Bake.
It's actually funny that you say that because that's why I had to be my freshman year Halloween when I was pledging my fraternity in college. And that was my Halloween costume.
How many people knew what it was?
Like none, except for my friends who knew what it was. Like when I told my date, hey, so you have to dress up as Jennifer Aniston because that's the only thing that makes sense.
No, you should just got the real Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, I know. She was busy.
She was busy? Okay.
Yeah. Filming movies and friends reunions and crazy things,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. Anyway.
Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah, Adam Sandler movies, low budget Netflix films that everyone's going to enjoy. Things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, back to the finals.
Right.
So the Warriors completed one of the most impressive postseasons I've ever seen, if not the most impressive. 16-1. Like what's the like? Can we at least be
no.
You guys don't like the Warriors?
16-1. I mean that's phenomenal. That's
great.
That's only losing one. It's only losing one game. That's almost 17-0.
Yeah.
The only real competition they were going to have was truly the Spurs, and the Spurs.
Whoa, stop it, Rain Man! Come on, you're gonna say the Cavs weren't true competition?
I mean,
they were.
Okay,
they were.
I think that the Spurs were better equipped to beat the Warriors than the Cavs.
Okay. Yes, I see where you're coming from, and I don't disagree, but I don't agree because the Cavs or the Spurs are missing a certain key small forward who tends to be considered the best player in the world.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying he went down in game one. If he hadn't done that, the Warriors would not have been 16-1.
Oh, I didn't realize that LeBron James played for the Spurs. My bad.
Kawhi was assassinated by Zaza.
Kawhi was assassinated.
Yeah, he was assassinated. He was taken out. And if he had been there, I think that the Spurs could have won 2, maybe 3 games. And that would have made their postseason record not as impressive as it currently is. I'm not saying that the Cavs should have won Game 3. They should have been 2-2 after winning Game 4.
I agree.
They didn't. I was so glad
but they did.
Durant hit that shot.
Durant was phenomenal.
Durant was phenomenal.
That dude didn't fucking miss. Oh my god!
All those postseason bugaboos are for him and for Steph Curry are now gone in my mind.
Hey, he was, man. I would just say every time he shot, ball was going in.
I know you guys don't like the Warriors because you don't like the Kevin Durant move and you're sick of them, but
I don't like their fans. I just hate their fans.
I hate
the bandwagon. I hate the bandwagon bullshit. I hate it.
That's fair.
I hate that too.
I mean, it's just that I think in the Bay Area it's different than like the Warriors fans that Divock and I see around Chicago
or Philly.
I was watching
popped up. Oh no!
I was watching at bar today. There were plenty of Warriors fans there.
Yeah,
I think there were more Warriors fans than Cavs fans, which is
Cavs fans gave up,
which is shocking considering the proximity of location in Cleveland.
Yeah,
Chicago.
I think honestly, I don't like Kevin Durant's decision, obviously, but he played incredibly well. I think one of the things that being on this Warriors team allowed him to showcase was his passing ability and defense because he fit into their scheme so well. And I think people are like, oh my God, Kevin Durant's a good passer. Like, where did this come from? If you look at Russell Westbrook and what he has to pass to in the Thunder, it's not much.
Yeah.
So, Kevin Durant didn't have the opportunity to pass to like a Steph Curry or
how dare you disparage the good name of Domantas Sabonis? How dare you?
Well, Kevin Durant and Sabonis never played together.
They never did.
That's true. That would have been the true dynamic combo.
Yeah.
But-
Arvidas is kid. Live in Arvidas Loca.
Yeah.
He also showcased defense.
Yeah.
You know, like
Rayman, I agree with your point about defense because I think that the Warriors play much better team defense than the Thunder ever did.
yeah.
And that's been a staple for the Warrior system since Steve Kerr arrived, is the fact that their team defense together as a whole is suffocating.
I disagree with that. Mark Jackson imposed the defense. Steve Kerr is what brought the offense to the highest level.
I think a little bit of both. I think Steve Kerr played off of what I think Mark Jackson gave them the team togetherness and the sense of being like a family and a squad and like a tough defensive mentality. But Steve Kerr's overall system on both sides of the ball is what took this to a new level.
No, Mark Jackson had them at fourth in overall defense before he left.
Yeah,
they were second, fourth, and then Steve Kerr came in. So it's not like Steve Kerr inherited a great defense, but I think obviously he maintained it. He allowed them to do slightly different things, but they kept the same model. But it's like Scott Brooks, right? You hit a wall with Mark Jackson where he just couldn't bring them to that next level, and Steve Kerr came in and change the offensive system to allow for much more open shots.
It's all a moot point because the greatest Warriors coach of all time is Luke Walton. So
he was 24-0.
Yeah,
it's pretty. I mean,
he was 24-0.
Yep,
that's fair.
The real GOAT.
Well, yeah. Speaking of the GOAT, we inevitably now have to have the legacy conversation. So LeBron James is now 3-5 in finals. Where does that leave him in your guys' mind?
I mean, where's it leave him? I mean, his career's not over, but
but at the moment, and let's all be real here. Just barring some very aggressive changes that the Cavs need to make, his status is only going to get worse.
I hate comparing LeBron and Michael Jordan. It's like my least favorite thing in the world. I hate it. It's so annoying for me because they're so. It's not. How can you even compare? It's a different sport essentially. I mean,
I agree.
It's not. I hate to say you can't say LeBron's better than Michael. I mean, that's stupid, but was Michael Jordan the physical specimen that LeBron James is? No. Was he a phenomenal player? I mean, was he, more clutch? Maybe had that more killer mentality than LeBron? Probably.
But to be fair, Jordan was in his own right an unbelievable physical specimen, especially early in his career. Like, if you look at Kevin Pelton's Spark, like the analytic that judges athleticism, Michael Jordan actually rates as the highest of all time. He is an athletic marvel. I think we came into watching Michael Jordan when he was the flu game, and we were 7 the last time I was 7 the last time he won a finals, so we didn't get to see him in his prime when he's averaging 37 points per game, or in '88 when he averaged 3.2 steals per game and 35 points. That's
very true.
Ridiculous. Very true. And so I think that people, especially our generation, were just like, oh my God, LeBron's the most athletic, crazy person I've ever seen. But we didn't see Michael Jordan in his true craziness, when he wasn't making the finals, but he was still killing everybody on the court.
I mean, we barely saw Michael Jordan in general.
Yeah. Agreed.
I mean,
but I think that people overvalue finals. Both appearances and wins, because if everybody's just going off finals, then there'd be no debate whether or not Bill Russell or Wilt Chamberlain's better. Think better, by the way, but there'd be no debate between that Bill Russell would be the greatest player of all time. I think
we got it.
I think Michael's the best.
What do you got to say?
Well, what I'm saying is Michael's the best.
Yeah.
And LeBron is second best. I mean,
we got it. Shake and bake. Step in here.
I mean, I agree with those points just because the game has evolved so many different times. But I still think when it comes to we're talking best of all time, 3 players who get left out way too often as far as the best of all time are Magic, Kobe, and Shaq. All Lakers. And I think that they don't get that just because of how spectacular LeBron James has been since he entered the league. Michael Jordan and Kobe played the same position, and Kobe was always kind of considered Michael Light.
Right.
I don't think that they get their fair due in this conversation. And then Kobe and LeBron never played each other in the finals, which was always a shame. LeBron is obviously a Mount Rushmore, top 5 player of all time. But when we're talking about I don't give a hoot about finals appearances. I don't give a damn. LeBron James can continue to make the finals every year until he retires, but if he keeps losing in them, it absolutely devalues him. It
does.
100% does.
This does not. I was very disappointed.
Yeah,
with LeBron James this finals. I was expecting him to take this team on his back and
he averaged a triple-double.
Yeah. It's saying. I mean, I was expecting him to take this team on his back and carry them to at least 7 games.
Yeah.
I mean, if they lost in 7 to the Warriors, I would have said, okay, you know what, you took him, but he met that game 3, man. He's gonna be that game 3. He really missed so many layups. He missed so many layups at the end there.
The life out of it. But
yeah,
I think LeBron is incredible with everything that he does. I think that he is just one of the best, most all-around players I've ever seen. I disagree with Kobe being in the top 5. I wouldn't even put him in my top 10.
Well, you're a Kobe hater. You're a Kobe hater.
Oh.
You're also erroneously.
No.
Egregiously wrong.
I could absolutely list 10 players that I would much rather have on my team than Kobe.
We're not going to put that blasphemy on our airwaves.
What about Kobe's career was that great? That's he's top 5.
The best. He's maybe the best shot maker ever.
No.
Yes.
No.
100%.
He's Kobe. He's Kobe fucking Bryant.
No.
He's the Mamba.
I would say
Black Mamba.
Carmelo Anthony back in his day was better than.
No, absolutely not. You want to know why?
What did you just say?
You want to know why that Carmelo Anthony will never hold a T to Kobe Bryant? Because Carmelo Anthony signed the $100 million deal with the Knicks to keep losing, but just wanted the money, not thinking he could ever win a title. Kobe Bryant would have.
I'm not saying Carmelo Anthony's a better. Carmelo Anthony's nowhere near as good as Kobe Bryant. I'm just saying shot making. I think Kevin Durant.
I'm talking about when I say shot maker, I mean like the impossible shots where you're fading off 1 foot and you basically just throw it up with one hand in your shot form and it just drills it.
J.R. Smith's better at that.
Bull fucking shit.
No,
you're fucking high.
I'm not high.
Absolutely high off your ass if you think J.R. Smith is a better crazy shot maker than Kobe Bryant.
J.R. Smith is one of the greatest crazy shot makers I've ever seen.
No, he's fucking not. J.R. Smith is a great role player.
No. I'm saying like he doesn't make the shots that he's supposed to where it's wide open. He's not like the best scorer, or he's not even close to being a really great scorer. But when it comes to crazy shots that just should not go in, J.R. Smith is.
I can't believe we're having the comparison of Kobe Bryant and J.R. Smith. This is actually making me want to like shit myself. I'm so upset about it.
So Kobe Bryant is one of the least efficient volume shooters in the history of the NBA.
You mean like at the end of his career when the Lakers just literally let their franchise go to shit after they traded away Pau Gasol and hired Mike D'Antoni? Yeah, he was very inefficient because the team fucking blew. And it's absolutely the bus's fault. It's 100% the bus family's fault.
He also, 2000 – I mean, when he scored 35 points a game, he was not efficient. He just chucked up a zillion shots per game. He averaged almost like
when they traded Shaq and the team sucked because the buses didn't do anything to support Kobe Bryant and keep the team at a championship level until they traded for Pau Gasol. Yeah. Of course he was fucking inefficient.
Yeah, so are we supposed to like reward that?
Because just like what Kevin Durant had to do to go and win, you have to put players around you. Just because you're the Lakers and you have one of the best players of all time doesn't mean the team is going to survive. Or LeBron's first stint in Cleveland when they thought giving him an aged Ben Wallace was a good enough excuse for a trade and an upgrade on the fucking roster. No.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is Kobe, for being an elite scorer, only scored 25 points per game, which ranks around like 10th. Okay, whoa, crazy. Like, nothing he did was that incredible. He's a 45% career shooter, 33% three-point shooter. You know, like none of his stats step off the page, and the first 3 championships were completely dominated by Shaq. So I don't understand this fascination with Kobe. Like, Kobe's nowhere near my top.
Divock, jump in, please. Divock? Hello?
Did I give Divock a stroke?
Yeah, I think you did. I think you actually killed Divock. Good job, asshole. Anyway, speaking of legacies of great players who deserve more recognition, like Kobe Bryant, you dick.
Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan is in my top 5, whereas Kobe Bryant is nowhere near that. Tim Duncan is an absolute unbelievably underrated player.
I agree with that just because he's boring as shit.
He's boring as hell. The only emotion he ever showed is.
But the point I'm trying to get to here is on.
Hey guys, I'm back.
Oh, hey, you're back.
I
came back from your stroke.
I actually had a stroke when Rain Man said Carmelo Anthony and Kobe Bryant. Carmelo Anthony was better than Kobe Bryant.
Oh, well, then he followed it up with J.R. Smith, so, you know.
And then
I was totally mistaken what I said. Better shot makers.
I
said Kevin Durant was a better shot maker than Kobe.
I hate you.
They rushed me to the hospital, and I came back, and now I'm back.
Good. Great. We're excited to have you back, because now we're moving on to what does this do for Kevin Durant's legacy?
Kevin Durant James was already, anointed as the greatest player ever lived by mainstream media. So, this is. I mean, it's hard to say Kevin Durant. I mean, you're gonna hear people making the case for Kevin Durant being the best player in the NBA right now. So,
I mean, no, I won't. Like, there will be a time and place for that, probably at the end of next season if this happens again.
So
no, you're gonna hear it.
Of course we're gonna hear it. I just don't think it's true. I know that Rain Man is an idiot for not thinking Kobe Bryant's in the top 5.
He's not in the top 10, but that's besides the point. Kevin Durant, to me, and I've been saying this for years, and people have been kind of calling me crazy, but Kevin Durant's upside is the 3rd best player of all time behind MJ and LeBron.
You know why people call you crazy, Rain Man? Because you don't have Kobe Bryant in your top 10. That's why people call you crazy.
Yeah.
No.
That's why they call you crazy.
I mean, that point's right, but yeah, you're still either on an insane amount of drugs, and we'll talk about that off air. But no, I think you're right that Kevin Durant's ceiling is 3rd best of all time because of like what we saw tonight, where LeBron James, best player in the world, phenomenal on-ball defender, literally couldn't stop Kevin Durant from just drilling jumpers in his face because you can't guard what Kevin Durant can do with his jump shot and his length. You can't. No one can do it.
He's the only 7-footer that's ever gotten a 50-40-90.
Yeah.
And that like Dirk got close, but Dirk has a post game, a 3-point game.
Dirk's not the athlete, and never has been the athlete that Kevin Durant is.
Exactly. Like it's insane. And people always he's like 6'9". No, he's 7 foot tall.
Dirk can't get to the rim. Can't get to the rim with ease like Durant can.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like the 50-40-90 for Dirk Nowitzki is like he pulls off a screen and shoots a 3, or he's down in the post. He can't drive and create shots like Kevin Durant can. Kevin Durant's insane.
Well, Dirk could back in the day, but still, obviously that's
back in the day. It's like Tristan Thompson when he drove to the net against Zaza Pachulia. It's not like
no.
Can we stop comparing Tristan Thompson and Dirk Nowitzki? We're not doing that.
Yeah, that's really disrespectful. And you've done it your fair share of disrespecting for Hall of Fame players. So,
where's Stephen A. Smith when you need it?
Yeah, where is Stephen? Yeah, Stephen A. would rip you a new asshole right now. He would use words that you didn't even learn at Cornell.
He'd have a soliloquy ready for you.
Big fan of soliloquies. But I mean, does in your guys' mind, does it dampen any of Kevin Durant's greatness just because he won it with the Warriors? Or was he that good?
Yes, no, it dampens it completely because he should have won with the Wizards. Because it made things interesting.
I think yes and no. I think it dampens it because because, obviously he went to a superior team to try and win, but because he elevated his game to the next level in that system, it's not like he went in and was just another cog. He became the alpha, and he is going to lead them for a while. I think he still has upside to like maybe top 5. I don't think he could ever reach that top 3 anymore, just because he had to go to the team that beat him.
Mm-hmm.
But he still has a ton of upside.
Question: how is, other than the 2-hour decision special, how is this any different than what LeBron did going to Miami? He still gets shit for it.
Because Miami wasn't like an already established team that LeBron just like, oh, I'm going to join them because I lost them in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Okay.
Like, they blew a massive lead. The Thunder should have won that series. They blew the lead. Then Kevin Durant's like, oh, I'm going to join the team that beat me and pretty much fill in for Harrison Barnes. Whereas LeBron's like, I'm going to make a new team, which is, arguably, I don't agree with that either. I think
joining the team that beat you is more frowned upon than what LeBron did.
I agree. I actually think what Kevin Durant did was worse. But if he showcases himself to such a high level and he continues to operate at what he did in these finals, he's just an unbelievable player. And it pains me to say that because he used to be on my team.
On your team, right?
Be on the Supersonics. You're not wrong.
Yeah, he did used to be on the Supersonics, right?
He was,
but
he was.
My feel. I agree that it, in like comparing them, it was worse. But the whole decision thing just still pisses me off. Like, that's the moment I realized, wow, I really fucking hate LeBron James.
Right, that's when I hate it, and he'll say he was an idiot for doing that. I mean, it's not going.
Yeah, and he admitted that it was the wrong thing to do, and we were like, yeah, we've been waiting for you to admit this for years. But
not one, not two, not three.
Yeah, exactly.
That really.
But Kevin, something. This is weird to say. I'm trying to think the right way to describe this. I think it's something about, like what we talked about on a previous Schmotable, something about the likability of the Warriors, because before adding Kevin Durant, the Warriors were a very likable team. There's no doubt about it. They were elite. Steph Curry reminds you of someone that you just see playing on the, in your backyard or in the schoolyard. Klay Thompson's tall and big and athletic, but still kind of just acts and looks like a normal guy.
Corey Matthews has gone over this.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But adding Kevin Durant to it, who's also still a pretty likable guy, even after a couple of years of kind of just being a dick to everyone in Oklahoma City, as far as the outside the team and to the media. I just think that was one of those things where, like, well, as long as you beat LeBron James and you win a title, like, people won't really care. Because, yeah, the LeBron kind of stopped being the villain as much as people didn't like the Heat still. LeBron kind of stopped being the villain when he won that title against Oklahoma City.
You know what's not like about Durant? His pube hair beard. I don't like
everyone on Golden State has a pube hair beard. It's fucking
no. Durant's is like a super pube hair beard.
Steph Curry's used to be.
Steph Curry's just baby face.
It used to be. Yeah. His used to be. I mean, Steph has trimmed it down a little bit. But
yeah. But I think
Durant just needs to trim that just a little bit.
I think one of the things that pissed me off most about Kevin Durant's decision was that he knocked LeBron when LeBron made the decision, and he did it hard. And he's like, and then he tried to nickname himself the Servant, like he was trying to be anti-LeBron.
You can nickname yourself.
Yeah, he can. Well, hey, Black Mamba, but
wait, he didn't nickname. Did he nickname?
Yes, he did. Kobe nicknamed himself.
Shake and bake.
I don't think he did, but he certainly took it on.
I don't.
He took it on, and he would call himself the Mamba.
Kobe did it himself.
He would call himself. I don't think he gave himself a nickname though. It's completely.
I love Kevin Durant's Slim Reaper. That's my favorite for him. But I think that trying to pretend to be like the good guy and trying to make LeBron the villain, and then pulling a similar move to him, an actual what I think is a worse in legacy terms move than LeBron, and trying to act
I don't think it's worse in legacy terms because Durant looks fucking great right now.
Yeah, I was about to say the last part of my point was I don't think that the only thing that I think that really hurts his legacy is the Warriors will never actually be Kevin Durant's team.
Confirmed. Kobe Bryant gave himself the nickname Black Mamba.
Well, fair enough.
Ha!
There you go.
Yeah, well, it worked.
It worked.
It did not.
But it definitely worked.
You're such a hater, Rain Man. God.
But
You
this
guys-
is Steph Curry. Does anyone disagree that this is not Steph Curry's team?
It's not. It's Kevin Durant's team now.
This is Stephen Curry's team. It always will be.
It's Steph Curry's team, yeah. 100%.
It will always be Steph Curry's team. Kevin Durant's the best player on the team, but this is Steph Curry's team.
It's not his team anymore. It's Kevin Durant's the alpha dog now.
He is definitely not.
No.
Kevin Durant's the best player on the team, but that
You're
team.
talking about
Kevin Durant.
Are you going to take a pay cut so that the whole nucleus can stay around?
Kevin Durant doesn't have an alpha dog personality.
I agree.
He doesn't at all. And neither does Steph, but like this is Steph's team.
Steph has a low key alpha personality, and it has a lot to do with the fact that he plays point guard.
If there's anybody who's the alpha, it's Draymond Green. So
that's fair too.
Yeah, but Draymond's not talented enough to be the true alpha. He's just like the enforcer. He's like the one that gives them.
He's a lot more than enforcer.
No, I know he's a much better player than enforcer. Me and my friend were arguing. My friend's like, he's trash, and he's a Cleveland Cavaliers fan, and I'm like, no, just because he's not scoring at a 20-point per game clip, he's still extremely valuable.
And enforcers like Kendrick Perkins.
Yeah.
No, or Charles Oakley, but But I'm saying like, in terms of the personality of the team, he gives them like the enforcer vibe. That's like his.
No, that's Zaza.
Yeah, now it's Zaza.
Zaza assassinated somebody on the basketball.
Draymond is your jack of all trades.
Yeah,
junkyard dog.
I saw Zaza sharpening scrap metal into a knife on the bench.
Those Eastern Europeans, man, they're not.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Nothing easy.
But no, this is like when last year, when LaMarcus Aldridge and Kawhi Leonard obviously were the two best players on the Spurs, but the Spurs were Tim Duncan and Tony Parker's team.
Whoa, wait, LaMarcus Aldridge plays for the Spurs? I didn't know he's still in the NBA.
Yeah, no, he did. He just recently.
He did. Oh, he recently. Okay,
recently in 2015, 2016, he was still on the San Antonio Spurs.
Right, I do remember that.
That's totally different because the Big Three in San Antonio created a dynasty from 1997 until literally last year.
Look what's happening. It's not like the Warriors didn't already have a title.
Well,
they had one.
What no one talks about with the Spurs is they actually tanked to get Tim Duncan.
They did.
Yeah,
they tanked.
David Robinson got hurt that year.
Yeah.
Yep. And you know what else happened?
No one gives them a shit for it.
Kentucky to go to the Boston Celtics because they had the highest chance of getting Tim Duncan, but they didn't get him.
Who was that? I didn't hear what you said.
Rick Pitino quit Kentucky and went to the Celtics.
Yeah.
To try and get Tim Duncan, but it didn't happen.
I for one don't feel bad for Rick Pitino.
He seems to have done just fine.
Yeah.
That was
Tim Duncan.
He made that.
Coming back full circle, Tim Duncan's way better than Kobe Bryant. Way better.
Why do you got to keep on bringing up the Black Mamba in conversation, unnecessarily in conversation, and just disparage
the big fundamental?
Disparage the name. Disparage the name. It's just unnecessary, right, man?
I like Kobe. I just
you obviously
wait, what?
You obviously
don't like Kobe. That you just that's like saying like Trump likes James Comey at this point. Like really, it'd be like Trump going out there. I like James Comey, but
that's a little bit overboard. I like Kobe a lot.
Overboard. You were just ripping on him for like 10 straight minutes, and I remember I had a stroke. I had to go off the podcast. I went to go to the hospital
because I think he's just overrated. I think he's a very.
I've got an IV in my arm right now. That's something sick you made.
An IV. You hear that, Rain Man?
No, because it pisses me off when people say he's underrated. He's overrated, but he's still a great player. He's top 15 all time.
He's not underrated. He's not underrated. He's not overrated. He's rated. He's normal.
Very highly.
I hate when people say that it's like between Kobe and LeBron for second best. Like Kobe's nowhere near that level. Nowhere.
Second best what? Second best player ever?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think it's between them two, but.
Nowhere near.
Nowhere near, but probably
nowhere near.
Rain Man, We need to get your drug dealer's number. He has some crazy shit. I'll tell you what.
He does. He does. Are you on the Ehrlich Bachman regimen?
R.I.P.
Not R.I.P. He's not dead.
His character on.
No, it's not. It's the season's still going on. He's not dead until he's it's not over till the season's over, right?
Not coming back.
Doesn't matter.
And we know it.
We already went over this. Breaking news. Breaking news. Yeah, TJ Miller is leaving Silicon Valley. Rain Man's on drugs, and Steph Curry is still the leader of the Warriors.
You know why the Cavs really lost this series, though? It's because they wore those stupid shirts.
Stupid sleeved jerseys.
I get it. I get everything that the NBA is doing. No, I do get it. Because the NBA, here's the thing. My friend put it to me he said he liked the jersey shirts, and I said, shut up. But what?
Rightfully, as you should.
But I get it, because you're not going to want to wear, like, unless you're me and weird, you're not going to want to wear, like, a jersey out. But you can wear, like, a shirt like that.
Bullshit, man. Summer. Sun's got guns out. Swole's the goal.
Right. But like, you feel like a douche. Some people feel like douchebags.
Swole's
like,
the goal.
I get over it. Like, I wear my Corliss Williamson jersey with pride at the gym. And, like, I do. But, like, some people feel uncomfortable wearing the jerseys, and they save them for the music festival. So they like the whole shirt thing. I get that. They look stupid on the basketball court, and the Cavs, or any team for that matter, should never wear them ever.
And
but the NBA does. The NBA does make additional revenue off it. So
yeah, that's why they do it. That's
obviously
100%.
More than that, I hate the concept that, like, the Cavs was like, oh, like, we were wearing our black for, like, our own funeral, and that was, like, their spark that turned around the finals last year.
Right.
No, it wasn't. Draymond Green getting suspended was the spark that turned around their finals, and then just efficient offensive play through LeBron.
I think Draymond Green should just be automatically suspended for a portion of the NBA finals every year.
Yeah.
Just in advance. He's
interesting. Because right now it's not going to. Well, now that they have Kevin Durant, like, he probably can, and they'll be fine.
It probably would be. I mean, but he can, like, I would say, like, he can pick which games he wants to have to sit out, but he's got to be suspended for, like, at least.
Did you see? I saw earlier today Harrison Barnes' numbers from game 4, game 5, and on of last year's NBA Finals. Woof. Oh, it was bad.
Not good.
Those hurt. If you thought Rain Man saying Kobe Bryant wasn't good at basketball hurt, those numbers were hard to look at.
Wait, what? Oh. I didn't say he wasn't good at basketball. I said he's not.
That's what you said, and you're sticking to it.
God damn it.
Rain Man, when I had my stroke, did you say Kobe Bryant wasn't good at basketball?
Yep.
No. I said he wasn't top 10.
Right after you said J.R. Smith was a better shooter than he was.
I said he's a better crazy shooter.
J.R. Smith would be a better shooter than Kobe if he had his shirt off, but he has to play with his shirt on.
He's playing basketball, so at least in the NBA.
I hate you guys.
Well, we obviously dislike you too.
Rayman, I actually kind of like Rayman.
Well,
I enjoy his psychosis.
Well, to be fair, today is a day where I love everyone because Hunter Green is a Red, and that's really all.
Oh, that's a big. It's been a big week for you with.
I know, dude. I've had some good days.
Scooter Booter Jeanette.
Yeah. What a 7 days.
Booter. Amazing. He's a player of the week.
Yeah.
Him and Judge.
So I didn't realize Aaron Judge is triple crowning right now.
Yep.
That's cool.
Aaron Judge is triple crowning, and I did pick up a copy of Aaron Judge's autobiography over the weekend. I would highly suggest it.
Soon to be featured on the Schmozone Facebook page.
Right, the classic Matt Christopher co-written, the Matt Christopher written, The Kid Who Only Hit Homers.
Love it.
So,
and match for a 340 average.
But that might actually been the story about Scooter Jeanette, though.
Could be.
That could have been it.
The cover, I couldn't tell if the cover was Aaron Judge or a small white boy, but if it's a small white boy, it's probably Scooter.
It was definitely a small white boy. It was definitely Scooter. But what's your favorite? Right. What's your favorite Matt Christopher book? Do you remember any besides The Kid Who Only Hit Homers?
We can look it up. We can do that for next week. We can do some research.
My personal favorite is The Left Fielder with No Arm. I always thought that was about Juan Pierre.
We'll lead off the next Schmotable
with our favorite Matt Christopher book.
I think that's a good idea. I want to dive in. I want to make an informed decision.
And if
before
you
I just start.
if you're in the age range of us, if you're like, what would you give the age range probably for like 30 to like 24,
23 to 30. Let's say 23
to 30, maybe a little older than 30, maybe like 34. 23 to 34, and you haven't read Matt Christopher books, I would highly suggest doing that immediately.
Yeah, or suffer serious personal consequences.
I mean, you don't understand sports greatness until you read Matt Christopher. Like the NBA Finals is basically like
nothing.
I mean, this is rec league compared to this.
It's trash.
Matt Christopher. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's a good teaser for for our next Schmotable.
Right. I mean, if any of you guys made it that far out there.
Yeah.
So hopefully you made it far enough.
Hopefully you did.
The Matt Christopher teaser.
Leading off next week, Matt Christopher. Which of his fine novels are the best? Until then.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Until then.